January 15th, 2009. A plane climbs over New York City, and suddenly everything goes quiet. Both engines stop. The plane is losing height fast, 155 people on board. No power. No chance to restart. This is life or death. This is the story of the pilot who refused to panic. Captain Chesley, Sully Sullenberger, a calm man with 40 years of flying experience. A man who trained again and again for bad days, but never imagined a day like this flight, 1549. A normal morning, a short trip from LaGuardia to Charlotte. People reading, people tired, people relaxed. No one knew the next 3 minutes would become history. The plane takes off smoothly. The city gets smaller below. Everything feels normal. Then, a loud thud, a second thud. A flock of large birds hits both engines' smoke. Silence. The engines are dead. The plane is now a heavy glider at 2,800 feet. Alarms sound. Passengers look around in fear. But inside the cockpit, Sully is calm. No shaking hands, no fear in his voice, only focus. Air traffic control says, turn back to LaGuardia or fly to Teterboro. Sully looks at the skyline. He knows they cannot reach any airport in time. The plane is dropping too fast. Below, the Hudson River shines in the winter light. He has 208 seconds from engine failure to impact, just 3.5 minutes to save everyone. Ask yourself, how long could anyone stay calm? Landing a big jet on water? No pilot trains for that. There is no rule book for it. One mistake, and the plane breaks apart. But Sully sees no other choice. The river is their only hope. He speaks into the radio, steady and clear. We're going to be in the Hudson. He points the nose down, levels the wings, controls every small movement. New York watches from below as the silent plane glides over buildings. Then, impact. The plane hits the water hard, but controlled a long spray of water rises behind it. The aircraft stays together. It floats. They made it. Freezing water rushes in. Passengers climb onto the wings, shaking in the cold air. Some cry, some pray, some simply stare. But Sully stays inside the plane. He walks the cabin twice. He checks every seat, every row. He refuses to leave until everyone else is out. Rescue boats rush toward the floating plane. Ferries stop their route to help. Strangers pull strangers from the water. 155 people, all alive. People call it the miracle on the Hudson. But the story didn't end there. Days later, investigators asked hard questions. Could he have flown back to LaGuardia? Did he make the wrong decision? Simulations made it look possible. For 15 long months, Sully's reputation hung in the balance. At the hearing, Sully said something simple and true. The computer did not wait. A real pilot needs time to understand the problem, to think, to be human. When investigators added human reaction time into the simulations, every other option ended in disaster. The river was not just his choice, it was the only choice. Later, someone asked him, "How did you stay so calm?" Sully replied, "You don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on your preparation." This is the lesson. When life suddenly breaks, when the world shakes, when fear screams inside you, you don't become a new person. You become the person you trained yourself to be. Panic destroys, calm saves. And because Sully stayed calm, 155 people walked away alive. The next time life spins out of control, remember the pilot who refused to panic and the river that caught a miracle. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs hope today, because often the calmest voice in the room is the one that saves everyone.